Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group, and you are the broker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. Where are all my hater emails? I checked with everybody. We didn't get a single hater email since my last video. I like to open up these fireside chats with my hater emails. I was like, now I'm going through withdrawals. Where did all my haters go? Anyway, I want to dive into some emails, man. You guys are sending some awesome stuff, some great feedback and everything. I really appreciate it. So I just want to keep hammering this stuff down because between Amelia, Dan, Don, Charlie putting stuff in my itinerary here, things are just getting pushed down. So I just want to start diving in as much as I can. Let's see how far we get. So let's start off with a great update from one of our active licensees, one of our client providers for NEMT. Amelia sent this over. Amelia tried to forward the email to me, but for some reason it wasn't going through, so she had to send me the email as an attachment, so that's why I'm putting it up as an image. This is from, so Amelia blocked out his name. I'm going to say his name. It's Joshua. Joshua, old school biblical name. Joshua. I like that. So Joshua said to Amelia, "Howdy, Amelia. It's been a minute. From Joel's videos, I hear you guys are quite busy. Good for you." Yes, we are. "I'm writing to let you guys know we haven't forgotten about our broker business. We paid for it in early August. That's when they became active licensees. And it took into September to get everything set up. We put their website together for them. But business started to really pick up in our NEMT business. Phenomenal. Things have been crazy busy. People look at the document attached. We haven't had time to do our broker business. We've nearly doubled in volume." He's talking about his NEMT business. And this is a common problem that some of our other licensees have had, that they start out, they become licensees, and they're just so busy with their existing business. It's hard to transition and get the other one off the ground and going, but you got to do it. You got to find a way. "We're starting to get a handle of it now and hired my sister to help us get the broker business up and running. She'll keep us on our toes." Phenomenal. Have her reach out to us and let us know what we can do to help her. "There is so much business to be had in our area for NEMT and the broker business as well. We are very excited about the opportunities we have right now. So no, we aren't gone. Very much here. Business is booming. The broker business is next." Phenomenal. Take care, Amelia. Let's take a look at what he sent. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So I think I talked about him in a previous video or newsletter, or maybe I'm confusing Joshua with somebody else. But this is actually what he sent, because Amelia forwarded this to me. And if you look at his sales volume per month, you can see where it starts to dip during lockdown. And what do? They increase their rates during the lockdown because of having to supply PPE, the additional charges for cleaning the vehicles, sanitizing them, all that kind of good stuff. As you further look down, you can see where he says VA drops a vendor, gives it to us. That is phenomenal. One thing to keep in mind, I know we share a lot of VA information with all of our active UMTPG members, which is awesome, but not all VA facilities rely on contracts. And if they do, like take an example right here where he specifically says VA drops a vendor, gives it to us. If the vendor's not getting it done, they're going to pass the buck to someone else. They got to get it. They got to get it done. So that's phenomenal. So keep that in mind, man. VA, the rates of reimbursement for VA tend to be much higher as compared to traditional Medicaid brokers. But again, I mentioned this before in a previous video. It's not to say that there's not tedious details you got to make sure you take care of with VA contracts like you would a Medicaid broker contract. But for these guys, if I recall correctly, they're not even dealing with the contract. So they're dealing directly with VA, which is phenomenal. And here it is. I love this, man. VA COVID trips start to pick back up. And then look at October, $92,000 in the month of October. Now let's go back to May. They're at $30,000, just over $30,000 in the month of May during the lockdown. And here it is by October. They've tripled, more than tripled. That is absolutely fantabulous. Now look, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you right now, Joshua, you need to make sure, now that you're going to be making real money, you need to make sure whenever and wherever I have my next live event, you need to make sure that you and your business partners are seated at that event. I'm literally going to be bringing one of my financial advisors with me so we can talk about strategies for where to put your money, how to structure this so you limit your exposure to taxation, pull out money with tax benefits. This is phenomenal. I love seeing this. I'm a numbers guy, and someone who's a numbers guy, I love this. I mean, think about in the month of May, their revenue is at, think about the swing. Think about the emotional swing over this past year. This past year has been crazy for everybody. But by the month of May, in January, they're at 45,000. By the month of May, they're at 30,000. Numbers are dropping every single month. It's dropping. And yet here it is. By October, $92,000 in the month of October. Triple, more than triple what they did in the month of May. So phenomenal. Absolutely kudos to you and your business partners. Joshua. So you make sure that you and your business partners are seated at my next live event, because we're going to be talking specifically about people who are making real money. What do you do with that money to protect it and grow it? Got to grow the money. That is absolutely phenomenal news. Joshua, I'm happy for you. Joshua. All right, Tom sent this one over. Hi, I am sorry it took me a while to get back to you. I had a busy week. I checked the website and I am amazed at how great it looks. We built one of their websites and the marketing material. I did not find any spelling errors or anything. I look forward to keep working with you guys because I can see a pathway to the top. I like that. The website took away my doubts. Why would you ever doubt in the Fat Man or the Fat Man's team? Let's see where I am. The website took away my doubts and gave me confidence and new energy. Go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a nice coffee and some Boston cream. That'll give you energy too. There are some people, this is interesting. There are some people that did not take us seriously. They are starting to take notice. That is phenomenal. There are some people that did not take us seriously, but they are starting to take notice. Branding, imaging, it's key. It's important. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to elevate your play. You got to be able to produce. You can't just look pretty and not be able to produce. So you got to elevate your play as well. That being said, we want to take full advantage of this beautiful website as one of the tools to move forward. This is our first website ever. Last time you stated you still working on the website in the background. Yes. So please let me know what we need to be doing. Will be appreciated. Thank you again for great work. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, so if we build your website for you, it doesn't take us too long. As long as we get everything we need from you, we put everything together once we approve all the logos and all that stuff. And I personally approve each one, because if I don't like it, we're not doing it. We get all the imagery up. It's easier to get the website going, but on the back end, this is why you have to be an active UMTPG member, because we always do ongoing work on the back end to further increase the SEO, the search engine optimization performance, as well as periodic maintenance as necessary. So that's what he's referring to, the back end. So the website can get live pretty quick, relatively speaking, but then increasing your SEO performance, that's the long-term endeavor. So, but again, I'm going to say this again because our number of projects, our queue is just filling up. So just understand we are taking longer and longer to put these together. And that's why I'm still looking for a good, competent, capable developer to join our team and mesh well with my peeps. Let's see what we got here. I am excited to share that I've paid for my market analysis through PayPal as an early Christmas gift to myself. Love it. I start June 14th for my company. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I'm excited to share that I have paid for my market analysis through PayPal as an early Christmas gift to myself. I start June 14th for my company. That's phenomenal. I mean, talk about planning and preparing. Kudos to you, because you are definitely planning and preparing. I mean, it's great to say I'm going to start in June, which is another, 6-7 months from now. But, like, I'm just curious, how did you come up with the 14th? Why it's the 14th, not the 13th? Why not the 15th? I don't know, but I'm laughing with you, not at you. I think it's phenomenal that you are painfully strategic in what you're doing. Absolutely love it. He continues, I understand that this analysis takes about 15 weeks. Yes, that is no issue for me. That's why I paid this early for it. The company name is blank. Thank you for all the invaluable information, the ebook. I am very excited to begin working with you. I will be signing up for the one-on-one coaching with Joel. Cool. Look forward to working with you. Once I start working with you, I want to know specifically why you chose June 14th. Why not June 21st? Why not July 14th? I'm looking forward to it. And you better have a good story for me, too. Thank you so much again. I know that's an understatement for the effort and care you all put in for us. Yes, that's true. And that's why I appreciate emails like this. And I mentioned this in a previous video. Any of you watching this, if you want to take 5 seconds, send us an email. Let us know about your experience in A, working with the Fat Man. B, even more importantly, if you've been working, if you've had any interactions, if my team have helped you out in any way, maybe it's just answering some of your general questions, that's great. Just let me know, because I want to provide as much positive feedback for them as possible. And I'm also going to give them a nice little bonus this year, because it's been a crazy year for everybody. So if you've been working with Amelia, you've been working with Dan, Don, Charlie, let us know. Karen, let us know. Tom. Do you help navigate the BA contract process? Yes. I don't personally do it directly. I have someone, I do when I'm working with someone one-on-one to a degree, but now I'm at a point in time where I do more of the editing process. I do have someone on our team. This is a different Karen. We got Karen Miller, who works with us in our media department and is doing some of our admin, but I have a strategic partner who has helped me out on multiple occasions in dealing with the BA contracts for some of our client providers. So yeah, absolutely, we could help you. Just understand, it's going to cost you a few $1,000s for sure, because it's a process and it takes time and it takes writing. So when you say help navigating the BA contract process, if you're talking about actually producing and writing your submission for an RFQ, that's what takes the time and money right there. If it's just a simple response to a source of sought notice, that's easy. If you do have a problem with that, if you're an active UMTPG member, you sign up for one-on-one. If you have at least put it together, the response for a source of sought, that's not a big deal. You could send it over. We'll do a quick once-over on it. But if you're actually looking for an in-depth submission for an RFQ, RFP, and maybe it's not just VA, maybe it's a school district or something else, by all means, send it over to us. Just understand, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes money, for sure. So, but yeah, send it over. So again, understand there's a clear difference between a source of sought, where during a source of sought, typically the VA, they're just trying to figure out who's out there. And I think we've mentioned this in previous newsletters before. A VA could push out a huge contract, a huge source of sought. They're just casting in that. They want to see whatever they get back. And it could be a huge, intricate, robust source of sought notice. They could say they want one provider. They know chances are good it's not going to come back, that a single provider is going to be able to meet all their needs. So they know chances are good they may have to break it up. And some of those contracts, when they break it up, this is why I say, even if you don't have the ability to provide all the services, needs that the BA is requesting, still submit your information. At least get on their radar. At least get on their map. Because if they break it up, if they break up that contract, sometimes they'll go direct contract. They'll go right to you. The chances of that are slimmer, but it does happen. We've seen it several times for sure. But again, they could break up their contract into 2 or 3 different components. They could have someone that focuses specifically on ALS, BLS. They could have another one that focuses on the non-emergency aspect of it. They could break it up by region. So whenever you see one of those sources sought, don't hesitate to throw your hat in the ring, at least get on their radar. Now, my advice to you is when you're responding to one of those sources sought, you want to make sure you have at least a decent degree of capacity. I mean, if you're just starting out and you're a single vehicle, I mean, they're not going to take you too serious. At least have a few vehicles. That's why I say the greater your capacity, the more you have full-size vehicles. It's not about the number of vehicles, it's about the capacity, which is key. There's a difference between volume of vehicles and having capacity. Big difference. So even when you get these VA sources sought, don't be afraid to throw your hat in the ring and submit your information. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the blank? I'm not going to give the name because I'm not going to advertise. What are your thoughts on the blank conference in blank city in 2021? Not sure how I got signed up for their mailing list, but they keep sending me advertisements. Any merit? Very interesting. Any of you who've been following my content and this channel know I am not a big fan, at least when it comes to NEMT or home care, I'm not a big fan of the big conferences and all that kind of nonsense because a number of reasons. I'm going to give you the long answer to this. One reason why I like to open up these, what they call them, fireside chat videos with hater emails. The reason why I like to start them with the hater emails, I want to be transparent. I want to put it out there what other people are saying. And that's why I tell all you guys, before you even invest in our stuff and partner with us, do your own research. Research to see what people are saying about us, what they do. Watch the video testimonials from people we've worked with in the past or attended some of our live events. Learn as much about us as possible. Get rid of all the worry and the doubt. That's why I want the whole transparency. And in playing off the theme of transparency, when it comes to these conferences, I encourage you, do the same thing. First thing I want you to do is I want you to look at their sponsors. Who are their sponsors? Any of these conferences, if their sponsors include Logisticare, MTM, Southeast Trans, any traditional Medicaid brokers, you know it's not about you. I would even argue if you see Uber, Lyft, Uber Health on there or the similar, you know it's not about you, it's about the event. My point to this is these conferences, these events, they may be big in volume, they may be big in hype, they may tell you they're trying to raise the standards of the NEMT industry or home care industry. It's a farce. It's a farce. And I would ask you to default, I would encourage you, default to how does it help you make more money, build, grow, and scale a more effective business. Bottom line. Bottom line. I know I've had emails in the past, and I'm sure we're going to get more in the future, that everyone, oh, Joel, all you care about is money. And yeah, because I will flat out say, when I started my NEMT business, 100%, my motivation was all about money. Now, God had to humble me along the way and make me realize, okay, it's not just about the money. I mean, you are literally helping people, no question. No question. But if you are not making money, if you're not building, growing, and scaling, then A, what's the point? B, how do you sustain it? If you can't sustain it and stay in business, you're not helping anybody. So you got to keep that in perspective. The other thing I hate about these conferences, they all have their certifications and qualifications, and they're raising the standards. They're raising the standards. Now, I'm going to say this. I know I'm not a politically correct person. I'm going to say this as delicately as I possibly can. Most of your drivers who you're paying $10, $11, $12, $13 an hour for, unless you watch my last video and that one client provider, he knows I love him, but he knows he wants to kill him, who he's paying $17 and $16 and $15 an hour. He's crazy. But let's keep things in perspective. Your NEMT drivers, you can have some people who are with you long term. That's awesome, and that's what you want. And you want to take care of them. I'm telling you, they're not the norm. Your home care providers, you're more likely to have home care providers who will stay with you longer, but realistically, you could turn them over probably each year. You're going to get a whole, people will stay with you for about a year. People will come in, they'll come out. Some people are becoming your home care providers while they're going to nursing school or doing something else. Likewise, your drivers, okay? Your drivers are using this as a stepping stone, like any level entry job. I'm just being honest with you, okay? Now, have I told you in other videos to try to get older retirees who just want to stay busy, make extra money? Absolutely, that's a great target to go after for NEMT drivers. But your drivers, your home care providers, they're going to be much more transient as compared to, let's take traditional professions. A doctor is always going to be a doctor. Now that doctor could move from hospital to hospital. They could move from providing direct care to more administrative or educational and teaching, instructing and teaching other doctors. Likewise, an attorney. I mean, name any profession you want. Okay, realistically, they're going to stay within that profession. Okay, that's just a fact. Someone who's in finance is typically, they're going to move through the ranks, but they're going to stay within that financial realm, that financial spectrum and industry. All these blank conferences, call whatever name you want, they're going to raise the standards. They're raising the standards. Your drivers are going to be transient. It is what it is. By all means, you're going to get some people who are going to stay with you long term. That's phenomenal. They're not the norm. So these conferences that are so built on hype and hoopla, hence the reason they're getting all these sponsors to come in and donate big money. And then you're going to get your you're going to get your lanyard and your little name tag so you can go to the correct breakout sessions and have your conferences, and they're going to fill you in all the hoopla of becoming, we're raising the standards. Look, your drivers in the NEMT, it's never going to be a true profession. I'm sorry. Okay, some of you just unsubscribe because you're offended. I don't care. Your drivers in the NEMT industry, it's never going to be a true profession. Okay, if you're going to compare it to a profession, again, people who are doctors, lawyers, bankers, whatever, they get in that profession, they stay in that field, they may move, they may have different roles, different responsibilities, but they're within that realm, they're going to stay within that. Someone who becomes an NEMT driver, unless they're a retiree, they're looking to make extra money, honestly, maybe they're married to someone, they have another income coming in, so it helps out, they're just trying to make their sustain a living. That's great, appreciate, you love them, you take great care of them. It's never going to be a legitimate profession, and then a guy's going to go from making $12 an hour to $24 an hour to $36 an hour. It's not going to happen like that. I'm sorry. So all these blank conferences, my question to you is, what are they doing to help you make money, bottom line? We have to start the conversation there. They're all going to tell you they're raising the standards, and they're going to give you the warm and fuzzies and try to make you feel better. Dude, it's like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. It's like trying to herd cats. It is what it is. These conferences are all built on them making money. Bottom line, the minute you realize that and you start peeling back the layers, the easiest way to do it, go look at their sponsors. If the sponsors include a Medicaid broker, a ride share, if all those expensive software systems that are thousands of dollars a month, if it's sponsored by them, it's about them making money and not about you. If they're trying to sell you on $60,000 Ford Transits that you clearly do not need right now, it's about them and not about you. It's about the conference making as much money as possible. So these organizations, these conferences, always ask yourself, how is it helping you make money? How is it helping you grow and scale? How's it putting money in your pocket? Bottom line, start there, end there. Joel, you went off on a tangent. That's what the fat man does. So I don't know how you got signed up on one of their mailing lists, whatever, but what are your thoughts? I think I covered what my thoughts are. They're an absolute waste of time, money, and effort. Bottom line, there's a reason I don't even go to them anymore. Back in the day, they've all pretty much cut me off because I'm like the anti-establishment guy of the NEMT industry. But back in the day, I used to be invited to come talk at those. And thank God I just burned the bridges, because it's all they do is try to make that money. And then you go there, you feel good, you get the warm and fuzzies, and then you leave thinking, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? And that's the whole thing. What do you do next? It's like all those motivational, and I get it. I'm the worst in terms of being a motivational guy. I get it. I'm the worst. I take that prize. I take that with pride. But you get all hyped up, motivated. Oh, and you swap business cards with so many people. Yeah, and you got all the connections with everybody. What's next? How are they helping you to make money? How are they helping you to make money? I could go off for another hour just on that. Absolutely laughable. I'm currently waiting on approval for startup grants for my business. I do not have a business plan yet. Does your company help to assist new business owners with their business plan? If not, do you know where I could seek the help for preparing a business plan for my company? I'm currently waiting on approval for a startup grant. Grants could take a while. I mean, it's good that you're doing it. There's no question. If you're applying for a grant, you're definitely going to need a business plan. Do I have a business plan? Does our company assist? If I'm working with you one-on-one, I will definitely edit your business plan and give you detailed feedback for sure. I won't write the business plan for you, because preparing a business plan, you literally got to do it yourself, because you got to make sure that business plan is targeted to your specific area, your specific community, which means you got to invest time and effort into doing research. You want that market analysis to be as targeted as possible. In terms of information, structuring it, that's where the MDT business plan is definitely your best investment. Now, the MDT business plan is not some generic software, plug in your information and boom, it pops out a business plan. That's a laughable joke, okay? The MDT business plan is just that. It's for the NEMT industry. That's it. It's actually a fictitious business plan that I wrote based upon my specific community. So we've obviously edited out some of the names of our local competitors here for anonymity purposes, but we used actual demographics based on my community. So it's based on a specific community. I would use, if I was you, I would use the MDT business plan as inspiration for how you should lay out and structure your business plan, bottom line. Now again, the reason why we don't give the MDT business plan as a Word format is because you still got to write it yourself. You have to go through the process of crafting your own business plan, bottom line. Because again, you have to make sure that it's specific to your community. So when you look at the numbers in the MDT business plan, it's literally based on our community here in upstate New York, the People's Republic of New York, communist state. So in building your business plan, you want to make sure, definitely structure it absolutely like the MDT business plan. You could extract some of the content, but the layout should be the same. Your numbers are going to be completely different because you literally got to do research. What are your competitors out there? What's the size of your market? What's the elderly population? What's the everything? Medium income, all the different facilities, number of hospitals, rehab, nursing, skilled care, all that kind of stuff. Okay, those are things that are unique to your community. You want to include in there. And the other thing I'll tell you is this. In writing the business plan, I'm going to be honest with you, and I've said this before, I hate business plans because I've yet to ever meet someone that they could say, yep, we wrote the business plan and we followed the business plan. Business plans, I got to be honest with you, are an absolute joke. Do you need it to apply for this grant? You needed to apply for funding? 100%. The one area, the one key reason why I do like and I do advocate writing business plans is because of the research process. When you go through the research process, I 1000% guarantee you're going to learn more about your specific market, you're going to uncover new ideas. This is also where the market analysis that we provide for you can definitely help you, because obviously the market analysis, like this one provider who sent us the statement talking about how he bought the market analysis for himself. He started next June 14th. He purchased a market analysis. The market analysis will help uncover a lot of those facilities, help uncover the size of the facility, how many, roughly speaking, how many residents they have, what type of residents. Are they heavy Medicaid, Medicare, private pay, combination of both, what? Those things are all important, and they can help you in crafting your business plan. So leverage those opportunities, leverage those resources for sure. But again, I'm not a big fan of a business plan, because a business plan, nobody ever ends up following the business plan, and that's okay. That's okay, because things are going to happen in your business, some good, some bad. You may start moving in this direction. You realize, oh my goodness, there's a whole opportunity over here. Well, I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity, and you may even make more money doing that. Now, I wouldn't tell you to. I would never advocate just start randomly chasing shiny objects. No, you got to stay focused for sure. You got to stay on track. But very few people, they end up following their business plan to a T. And again, this is also where I'm going to be an advocate for our market analysis. Again, they take long. But our guys, our people, they put forth a good effort to get as much information as they can. Understand, we're always at the mercy of the people who are answering the phones at these facilities, because we not only plot all the facilities that we find within your area and your community. My people, they pick up the phone and call each one, okay? And so they could be feeding us bogus nonsense. They could be giving us good stuff. And sometimes we got to call multiple times, and we talk to different people to get some more information. Some people will give you a lot of info. Some people will be much more tight-lipped and, hold the info close to their chest. And it is what it is. It's understandable. But that's where the benefits of market analysis will help you in preparing your business plan. So, all good stuff, all good questions. There are so many other questions here. I appreciate it. Keep sending them. We're coming up on Thanksgiving. I know many of you cannot celebrate Thanksgiving because your communist governors have shut down Thanksgiving. Hey, here in the People's Republic of New York, I don't think we're allowed to, but Fat Man is not going to miss Thanksgiving. It's a big eating day and a great day to give thanks to everybody, including that businessman in office who's going to be reelected. So stay tuned for more video, more content. We got more stuff coming. I will talk to you soon. I'll see you at the top.